Well, in other news, imagine if someone in your community had been diagnosed with Ebola and that people who had been in contact with that patient were walking the streets. That's what's happening in Dallas tonight, and Grant Lotus is here to tell us how people are reacting. Grant?
Well, Catherine, not too well. A seriously ill patient, a seriously concerned city, and the country's first Ebola diagnosis is triggering a local epidemic of fear.
Government and health officials in Dallas are trying to reassure the public.
The situation is contained. There is no outbreak.
Extraordinarily unlikely.
In Dallas, fear of Ebola is spreading on the street and online.
Everyone in Dallas better get to their nearest hospital and quick. I don't care if you feel fine. I want this thing contained.
I'm worried about the spread.
Hazmat crews began securing this building where Ebola victim Thomas Duncan was staying with his girlfriend after arriving from Liberia last week. You can see a car wrapped in plastic. The woman has been quarantined under armed guard with her son and two nephews.
We can't wait to get over with everything. We can't wait.
The family will be isolated for 20 days, and dozens of others are being monitored for symptoms. Today, the group shrunk from 100 to about 50. They're meeting with health workers and having their temperatures taken daily. 10 people considered to be at higher risk are being watched more closely. So far, no one has shown signs of the virus. Duncan's neighbors in Liberia believe he became infected when he helped a sick pregnant neighbor a few weeks ago. It is not clear if he had learned of the woman's diagnosis before traveling. Nevertheless, Liberian authorities say they will prosecute Duncan when he returns. They say he lied on an airport questionnaire about not having any contact with an infected person. And American doctor Nancy Snyderman is tweeting that she and her NBC News team will be heading home this weekend. That's after a cameraman that was working with Snyderman was diagnosed with Ebola yesterday. She and her crew have been in isolation since. They're expected to be monitored extremely closely for the next 3 weeks. Today, Snyderman tweeting that she does not have a fever. They're expected to be airlifted home on Sunday. Snyderman was on assignment for NBC in Liberia at the time. She is a former Bay Area doctor who has worked with local news stations here in the past. And on our website, a special Ebola section, everything you need to know about the deadly outbreak and what it means for the U.S. Check it out here on KRON 4.